Hey, what's up guys? On this video, I'm going to be talking about schemas. So if you don't know what schemas are, you're gonna learn on this video. So there's a couple of different plugins that I used. So I'm gonna go ahead and select them and then I'll speak about them individually. So that's the second one. Here's the third, here's the fourth, and here's the fifth. So there's 5 plugins in total, as you can see. Let me see if there's any others. We'll actually be using this one as well, so let's say 6 in total. Okay, so rank math SEO, that's pretty much very much like Yoast SEO, but it's gonna be shown on the video, so I just wanted to select it. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not counting Yoast, so 6 in total. So this is what we're going to do. So say that you're doing this for the first time, right? So for the plugin for this one right here and this one, they're from the same company, My Theme Shop. So what that means is that whenever you install those two, My Theme Shop, the plugin, this one right here, will actually install itself and will ask you to connect your account so the plugins can be activated. So it's actually this website right here. So I just wanted to point that out. Now for these right here, so let's forget about this one right here. This one right here, let's forget about it for now. So let's focus on these. So there's 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 4. We're gonna go ahead and unselect this one. So it's 5 in total, as you can see. So WP Review Pro, Schema Pro, Schema. There's 2. These are different actually. These 3 are different. Schema all in one, Rich Snippets, Schema Pro. So I want to show you where they're located on here. So this one that says SEO, that's actually Yoast. Sorry. So let's start out with this one right here, Schema Pro. So originally, typically whenever Schema Pro installs itself, whenever you add it as a plugin, it's not going to be here under all pages. It's typically going to be under the settings under here. So it'll be here most likely. So I actually relocated it. So just want you to know that. So that's where Schema Pro is. Now this one right here, the rich snippets, it's actually this one right here. The one that says Schema should be here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So here's Schema. So here's Schema, Rich Snippets. Schema Pros right here, as you saw. So that's 3 right there. So let's go back on here. So that's these 3 right here. So rank math SEO, it's this one right here. WP Review, should be here somewhere. Well, anyway, just look for it. I don't want to spend too much time looking for the actual icon itself. So what I do want to get across is that whenever you have these installed, that you go to the settings and that you go through the process of setting up the settings. So let me show you some quick examples of what I mean. So here is the first one, rank math. So I just want to stroll down for you to see if, for example, I turned anything on that you should turn on. So just, pay attention as I scroll through these. So this is probably one important thing. Google Search Console should have that info on here for sure. So I would say, as far as that one goes, the Search Console, which as you can see I have mine activated, is probably the most important thing by far. So let's go back and I'll show you where rank math is actually shown. So just don't worry about that for now. So let's take a look at Schema. So Schema is actually here it is. So this one is the one that's called Schemas. So if you go to settings, you'll see that typically all Schema plugins, they look very similar. They'll ask you the same questions like site type, the logo. So just very similar, and you'll see what I mean in a second as I go through the others. So you can see organization name, URL, logo. They always ask you this as well. Search results, social profiles. So as you can see, it's gonna make it a lot easier for Google to index your company's info, your company's profiles, your phone number, your URL. I think I'm missing some of the social media links on there. I probably should update that. So you'll see here on the Schemas tab, they always ask you for your About Us page, your Contact Us page. I always select all of these, and you'll see why later on. So if you click on Advanced, you'll see that I didn't select anything on there, so I just saved, and that's pretty much what you need to do. In addition, the other thing that I always recommend is that you go through the wizard process. So basically the wizard is just assuring that you completed all this information from each of these tabs. So that's actually what I did at the beginning. So that's why everything is already completed, because I had already gone through that process. Okay guys, so let me go ahead and find the remaining plugins so we can move on. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, so I spoke about this one, so I don't need to speak about it anymore. I just spoke about Schema. Let me go ahead and speak about all rich snippets, which is actually this one right here. So if you click on it, I'm talking about this one right here, the second one, this Schema second one. So on here, and you'll see what I mean by that, the user interface looks very similar for all Schema plugins. So you'll see the configuration tab, customization tab, frequently asked questions tab, getting started tab, and you'll see as well that the types of schemas are also very similar for most plugins. So as you can see the list here: review, event, services, person, product, video, articles, recipe, software, application. So you get the idea. But I just want to focus mostly on the configuration tab. So you'll see that the rich snippet tab is actually great because it's got all these generated, so you don't have to set anything up for the most part, which is pretty awesome. So there it is, as you can see. So let me go ahead and go back where all the plugins are once again. So here we go. So I will go back to all the plugins. So this is the rich snippet that you just saw. You saw the Schema. So let's take a look at Schema Pro next, which is actually up here. As I said, typically it will be under the settings, but I relocated it, the section where it was located. So one thing about Schema Pro is that it's necessary that you add new pages. So let me show you what I mean. So you'll see that, so first of all, Schema Pro is the paid version of Schema. So basically the main difference is that rather than showing the schema externally, you can include it internally, and I'll show you an example of what I mean by that. So say that we select the article, well, I'm sorry, the type of schema. You want to select what pages you want the schema to be displayed on. So as an example, I will say all posts, so that's referring to all blog posts, and I will say all pages, so that's referring to all the pages on the website. So I'll go ahead and click on next, and as you can see, it's as easy as that. So once it's set up, you will see that the schema will actually be displayed on here, but I don't want to spend time on this yet. I just want to focus on the explanation process. So anyway, the point I was trying to get across was that that's how you use Schema Pro. So let me do that once again, just in case if you got confused. So here is Schema Pro. So you click on it. As I said, it's important that you create an individual type of page. So you'll see that I will actually delete this one because I already have one. And you'll see that the locations where I have Schema Pro enabled, so all pages and all posts, you'll see that I created a type for every product, and it's gonna make a lot more sense, you know, on the next video. So let me go back and continue speaking about the rest. Okay guys, so we have this one, and this one. So I want to speak about rank math, SEO really quick, and also WP Review Pro. So let's go ahead and find rank math, which is actually this one right here. So as always, look at the settings and make sure that you have the settings set up. So you'll see that for the most part I just put my URL here. So the most important thing is typically the Search Console, so because it helps you index your data. So that's why it's extremely important that you index your data with Search Console. So that's basically what you need to do for that as far as setting it up goes. So let me just go through the settings just to see if there's anything that you need to turn on that maybe I'm not speaking about, I just forgot to mention. So you can see here the Webmaster Tools. I should put the ID for the Google Search Console. I just haven't done that, but that's something that I would definitely recommend. But as I said, it's already connected on here. So, but if you still want to do it, I would still highly recommend it. So there you go, guys. So that's how I set it up. Now let's go find WP Review. So let me see if I can find it. So this is WP Pro, but I don't see the review. I think I know where it is. Here it is. Yes, I was right. So under the settings, as I had mentioned, Schema Pros typically installs itself on this location, so I just assume it would be here. So this is Schema Pro, very similar to the other interfaces as you saw. So let me just go through each individual tab so you can see what options are selected and what is not selected. So if you have, for example, a Yelp account, you probably could put that in there. You can see here if we had a Facebook page ID, we could put that on here. I haven't done that yet, but I will do that eventually. So the main thing is that is that you update the IDs. So you see for Facebook, for example, if you had a Google reviews, which is actually a service of its own. I don't want to spend too much time on this video about that. But if you want to find out what that is, just click on here and read about it. Okay, anyway, so that's all the tabs. So let me go through here and show you what is selected and what is not. So you can see rating icon. I select the stars. I think it was already stars by default, but you will see that if you scroll through these, you'll see different styles. But let me continue going on here. So you can see that I actually did change this. So the review type, I select a star. The review location, I select it after the content. The review schema, I just said the default, but you can change that, and we'll speak about that more on the following videos. The user ratings, so this is referring to who do you want to give the ability to give ratings to. And at the moment it's disabled, but you want to give users rating. So for example, you could say visitors rating only, so visitors can give rating. And you can say give overall rating, so they can select, for example, the ability to rate that page 1 through 5. And that's actually really good for SEO because it's displayed whenever people search on something and your page comes up. Okay guys, so as you see, that's pretty much WP Pro as far as the setup goes. I don't remember what else I set up on it whenever I installed it for the first time. Most likely I just put like the login info, but if you have a hard time logging in, just let me know. So that pretty much covers all the plugins. So let me go double check once again in case if I miss anything. And I know I didn't speak about WP Quiz. I'll leave that for another video. So let me double check once again. So we got this one, we got Schema, Rich Snippets, Schema Pro, we got WP Review. Okay guys, so that pretty much covers, I went through all the setups, what you need to do. So for the most part, always check out the settings, check if they're asking for Google Search Console, put your ID, and the only difference for the most part is that for Schema Pro, you're creating the types of schemas at the beginning, while the other ones seem to have them already pre-generated. So before I finish this video, I want to show you, because we place the schemas only on all pages and all posts. So I want to show you, for example, all posts as you see here and all pages as you see here. So let's start out with all posts so you can see what that looks like. So you'll see that my page looks kind of funny, right? Because I have a lot of things that are being looked into. So let me resize so you can see better what I mean. But you can see different things that are being looked into. So I just want to click on edit. And this is where you will actually see all the snippets and all that extra stuff that we just added. So the first thing, you'll see a lot of snippets. So what I always like to do is that I will use the drop down so I can better see what I'm working with. So let me go ahead and drop all of these down so we can see much easier what we got in front of us. So you can see Yoast, you can see rank math, video object, schemas. Here's Schema Pro, as you can see. Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at all of them again. So you can see there's a lot of things on here. So let's go ahead and select this first one. So the rich snippet is actually the rich snippet one, which is this one right here. So that's this one right here. So let's say that we're writing an article. So we'll select article, and you will see the information that it asks from us. So that's the first one right there. So say that you complete that, you move on to the next one. So let's take a look at this one. This is actually not part of the snippet. This is actually the post itself. So you see the post. So we'll leave the post alone. Let's go to the review section, and you'll see that the review, this is referring to the page itself. So I just want to go through the tabs so you can see each individual tab, but I just want to focus on this tab over here, the review box tab. So the heading should always be the same heading of the article. Now you'll see for the type that it is. So let's say that you're reviewing an article. So let's go ahead and select the article, and you'll see the information that you put on here is pretty much very similar to what you used on the first snippet over here, right? On the first schema snippet. So you pretty much put the same info. So make sure that the information that you're putting is very SEO optimized. So use the right tools to make sure that you use the right keywords, because optimization up on top of additional optimization would be the best idea and the best way to go. So just complete all the section, the author, the publisher, the logo. So you'll see here schema rating. So you'll see how it says visitors aggregate rating if enabled. So we gave permission to that earlier, if you remember. So say that if you only have author, so you can just say, okay, I want to give the visitors the ability to give ratings. So display schema data in the box. You can say yes or no. So I just said no for all of those, but for the most part, you get the idea of how pretty straightforward it is to complete the review tab over here. So if we go to the next one, you'll see this one here, the review item. So the review item, let's click on add item. So say that if you had a product that you were reviewing, this is actually where you would input the information about the product, rate the product, and then just add that information about the product. So it would be just text outlining this specific product. Review links. So as you can see, if you were reviewing the product, as I said, you could potentially include links. So for example, an affiliate link, right? You could embed that link along with the review. So if you're doing like a review post and you include an affiliate link, that brings extra sales to you, as an example. So let's do user reviews. So I believe this is actually part of schema. Let's see, not rich snippets, but the other one called schema. It's down here somewhere. This one right here, I believe that's the one. So this is actually where schema begins. I know it says review. I know it says the word review. No, I'm sorry. This is not schema. This is WP review. So WP review, it continues on, with description. So you always want to title it, use the name of the article or something that is very SEO optimized. Description, the pros and the cons. So this is assuming that you're in the process of reviewing a particular product, right? So you're saying the pros and the cons. So you can have, for example, 5 bullet points on the pros, 5 bullet points on the cons, just to give you an idea. So let's go ahead and collapse that. So let's go ahead and check the user reviews. So this is actually where I was speaking about earlier, that we gave visitors the ability to give ratings. So as you can see, there's that. We don't need to see Analyfy. We don't. Let's take a look at Yoast really quick. So you'll see Yoast. If we wanted to optimize, I made some Yoast videos already, so ask me for those videos or watch them. So here's Rank Math, very similar to Yoast. Ideally, it's not a good idea to have two SEO plugins at the same time. Google can actually penalize you for that, meaning that they can affect your rankings of your website. But I just wanted to show it on this video. If that ever comes to the point where I get a warning, I will remove one of the two, but for now I haven't had any problems. So this is actually where Schema Pro comes in, and it's actually down here, but I'm sorry, not Schema Pro. This is part of Schema. So you will see that the video object is actually the one that's selected, that is being shown. I'm sorry. So let me show you why that's the case. So if we go to Schema here, we go to settings. I'm sorry, we go to types. So it's the video object. So let's find out the video object. So if we look at the types of pages that have been generated for the Schema one, plugin Schema, you'll see that if I click on the services schema that has been created, you will see that, let me see, where is it? This right here. So you see how it says single video object. So typically whenever you create a new schema via the plugin Schema, and you leave that option selected for video objects, as you saw there. So here it is again, video objects, as you see there. So say that you were to change the type, say that you were creating a video, right, for the schema. So you will see that regardless, it will always be here. So if you selected none, if we go back to the post, if you selected none, that video object section would not be there. So let's go ahead and click on edit again, and you'll see that it's this one right here. So that's actually where it comes from, just so you know. Okay, so let's move on. So you can see that can't do much on this one, so we'll skip it. Can't do much on this one, skip it. Schema exclude, just skip it. Same as, skip it. Here is Schema Pro. So as I had mentioned, for Schema Pro, you have to create the type of pages. So at the moment, Schema Pro is actually under all pages. So as I said, at the moment, they're enabled for all pages and all posts, as you see there. And these are the type of schemas that I had created. So basically what I did was I clicked on here, add new, and I just selected one of them. So let's say book, right? So you can select any of them, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you tell it where on your website you want it to be available. So I will say all pages and all posts, as you see there, and you just click on next and you complete it. So it's really easy to complete it, as you see here. So once it's here, it will be available. So let's go ahead and update. So you always want to update, don't forget that. So you see here book, you see the two locations where it will be located. So let's find Schema Pro again, click on it, and you'll see that here is the book one. Now you will see that there was actually no book schema type created before. It's the only one, as you see here. It says book on here. That's the type. So let me go back on the post just to point that out again. So watch what happens now that I created it. So let's go ahead and click on edit. So here's Schema Pro. So you will see that the book schema is actually here now. So here is the schema tab, as you see here. So this is actually how you would input this information. So you would, fill this out, complete it, and then just save it, update it, and you're good to go. Okay guys, so let me show you all pages now really quick, and I'll show you what Schema Pro will potentially do. So let's look at this one. I think it's this one. I forgot which one it was, the About Us or the Contact Us. Well, let me open the other one as well. So here is the Contact Us page. So I'll go ahead and view this page. So here is the About Us page. Yes, so this is actually Schemas. So as you see, here are the stars. Here's some other stars. Here's the summary of the page. If we look at the Contact Us page, you'll see the stars. So you will see that this one has a video schema. So this is the About Us page. So let me show you what that looks like. So About Us. So here we are. Click on edit. So if you scroll down, you'll see that if you select Schema Pro, sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So Schema Pro, where are you? Okay, here we go. So I am on Schema Pro. So what I did here was that I selected the person, and as you can see, my name is on here. So let's look at the About Us. So let's look at the source. You want to search the person's name. So basically what this will do is that it will make you more SEO friendly online. And as you see there, if somebody Googles your name, all your info will come up basically. That's the main goal. So schemas can be external or internal, as you can see. I'm actually not sure why it's looking kind of fun. Let me zoom in, see if it fixes it. Okay, yeah, it does. So this is actually a video schema. So you'll see if I click on the video, it's embedded within the page itself. So it's great, right? Because you connect the videos and the page optimized as best as possible. So since it's a video schema as well, let me see if I can show you. So here is, no, I don't think it's this one. Let's find that first one. Okay, so let me collapse this. Let me collapse this one. Let me find that video schema. This is the About Us page. So it should be video object. Yeah, here we go. I believe it's this one right here. Actually, no, it's not. It's under the schema ones. I think it was that first one. Yeah, it was this one actually. This is how I set it up. So I use this one right here, and here is the video. So that's actually what you're looking at here. Is this one right here. So maybe I need to adjust the image size a little bit, so you see it looks, you know, you can't really read the text that well. So maybe I can change that for sure. But you can see that this is an external schema versus an internal schema. But ideally both are great because Google crawls the page, and what we're trying to do is to optimize better for SEO. So as you can see, there's work to be done. So you always want to optimize the posts and the pages the most. So let me show you a quick way of knowing how much needs to be done. So if you click on all posts, you can find out how many posts you have, and you can do this individually, post by post. So ideally, you want to do this before doing it one by one, because that's going to be more time consuming. But as you can see, there's 26 at the moment posts. If we look at pages, look at all pages, you'll see the total amount of pages. But this doesn't necessarily mean that every single one of these pages needs to be optimized, since some of them could be easily removed. But you get the idea. So let's say that we wanted to optimize a new page. So let's take a look at the contact us page. So as I said, you always begin from this one right here, the rich snippet plugin, and then you just move on. So just follow the process, follow the steps, watch the video if you need to. Again, I know it's a lot of steps. Really important that you use tools to make sure you're using the right keywords, meaning that you're not just filling up this information with useless keywords. It needs to be SEO optimized, or best ranking keywords that we know for sure are proven based off data. But yeah, guys, so you get the idea. The main idea is that we're trying to improve for SEO by using the right keywords and by anchoring ourselves to Google crawlers so we can be found easier. So really important that you complete descriptions, titles, complete the text necessary so you help Google find you easier. Okay, guys, thank you so much. My name is Kresnier Jeffrey. Take care. Okay, see ya.